On Friday, September 20th, the 3-0 Lake Orion Dragons traveled to Oxford to take on the 1-2 Wildcats in the battle for the 00 trophy. The Wildcats claimed the trophy in 2018. Could the Dragons take it home? Oxford kicked off to Lake Orion to start the game, and the Dragons began the opening drive on their own 26. On a 1st and 10 from their own 25, Blaze Lowers in shotgun. He hands off to Kobe Manzo, who goes right up the middle and scampers 45 yards before he's taken down on the 10-yard line. A few plays later, on 3rd and goal, Manzo pounds it into the end zone to take an early lead. The Ross PAT was good. Lake Orion 7, Oxford 0, with 9.5 left in the first. Let's go to the second quarter. Lake Orion moves the ball to the Oxford 26 when Lauer hands off to number 5, Marlon Robinson, who breaks multiple tackles and finds the end zone. The point after was good, and the Dragons are on top 14-0 with 11:51 left in the half. Following an Oxford punt, the Dragons are on their own 22 with just over 2 minutes left in the half. Lowers in shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, finds a hole, and follows his blockers upfield to go the distance, 78 yards into the end zone. He's been doing this all season. The half ends with Lake Orion on top, 21-0. Now here's a crazy play. The Wildcats have the ball with 8.5 left in the third, facing a 3rd and 5. Quarterback Brady Carpenter is under center. He takes the snap, hands off to number 9, Matthew Pullman, who finds a hole and races toward the end zone. Ashton Kroll makes contact, and Pullman loses the ball before crossing the goal line. Number 8, Caden Beck, clearly recovers the ball in the end zone, but the referee signals touchdown. What? The refs come together for a conference, and the call is reversed. Touchback. The Dragons are awarded the ball at the 20, and the Oxford coaching staff lose their minds. 2 unsportsmanlike penalties are called, and the Dragons begin the drive at midfield. Unbelievable. Later, with the third quarter winding down, Lake Orion has a 3rd and 10 on Oxford's 22-yard line. Blaze Lauer takes the snap, starts left, stops and turns, and lobs the ball over the line into the waiting hands of Sam Sterich, who has nothing but blue turf in front of him and goes into the end zone for the score. The PAT was good. Lake Orion 28, Oxford nothing. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Following an Oxford punt and an unsportsmanlike penalty, the Dragons begin their drive on their own 25. Lowers in shotgun. He takes the snap and finds an open Andrew Van Heck, who goes 75 yards into the end zone to make the score a lopsided 35-0. A running clock comes into play, and the game ends with Lake Orion reclaiming the 00 trophy in a convincing win and improve the record to 4-0. We caught up with Coach John Blackstock and a few of his star players after the game.
We knew it was going to be a tough battle, and we knew that they're a little bit young this year, but they always play hard. Coach Raleigh does a great job with them, and it was a little bit surprising the way that it got out of hand there at the end. But, you know, my hat's off to them because they played hard the whole way through.
The 00 trophy, talk about what it means to bring that back to Lake Orion.
Yeah, it's important. I mean, it's an important deal for both communities, both schools, both programs, and it's something we both deeply want. And it doesn't feel good when it sits over here, you know, north of us for those 365 days. So it's great bringing it back, and these guys really wanted to bring it back.
I think we all play for each other, you know, no more individuals. We know what we have to do. We take it 1 week at a time, you know, we don't get too ahead of ourselves. So, yeah.
This rivalry with Oxford, I'm sure it's something that fires the team up. It's a long tradition. Talk about coming into this game being fired up.
Right. So we won the trophy 2 years ago, and, you know, obviously they won last year. So we just had that in the back of our mind, you know, get a little revenge. And I think we came out with that extra energy and ended up in our favor.
We knew we were coming on their field, and we had to take care of business. And our defense has been, you know, preaching, stopping that dive all week, and they did what they had to do, and they did what they said they were going to do. It's a rivalry game. Everybody came out to play. We were all excited. We've been excited all week. We had a great week of practice, and we're just excited to keep this thing rolling.
We came out with fire from the first play, and when we come out with that fire, we know nothing's stopping us. And our fire led to those big plays. We had a couple of them, and once we started scoring, we didn't stop from there. We just kept fighting.
4-0 to start the season. What's going through your head?
It feels good. It doesn't really matter too much to us, though. We're on the next week. We got a big game next week, and we got to focus on that.
The Dragons now move on to face their toughest challenge yet when the 3-1 West Bloomfield Lakers come to Lake Orion on September 27th. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. In Oxford, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ON TV Sports.